Blazing speed, unlimited text and talk? Well, sure it has apps. What's he so smart about apps? Oh dear, I shall be late. Hold on a sec. Hey, can you pipe down? I'm on the phone. Thanks. I'm late. Seriously? Take it down a notch. Hey, you still there? Great. Now my phone's dead. Thanks a lot, Rabbit. Oh dear. Hey, honey, do you know where I can charge my phone? Oh, my ears and whiskers, how late it's getting. Is there a cafe close by? Somewhere you can plug it in? What's your rush, Rabbit? Lost in the woods? No phone, no GPS? This must be how the pioneers felt. And now, just fabulous. It looks like rain. What an ugly storm. Hey, Bunny, I'm talking to you. Why don't you slow down? What's this?
What's it look like?
A rabbit hole.
Whiz Kid's genius for realizing Newton. Is it safe? Safe enough?
I should Google it.
No time.
I seem to be falling. In fact, I'm sure I'm falling. There seems to be no end. Echo! Alice! I must be getting somewhere near the center. That's like 4,000 miles down. I wonder if I'll fall straight through the earth. Then I'd be really far from home, and I bet the reception is awful down here. What luck? No service? Verizon is the worst. Where am I? Where have I landed? Is this New Zealand? Or Australia?
A hall of strange doors.
Bless you. Bless you.
Thanks. Hey, doors aren't supposed to talk.
And your girls aren't supposed to sneeze.
Without COVID, they're yappers.
I must have caught cold in that ugly storm. Say, I wonder where yours might lead. Locked.
Locked.
Then how am I supposed to get out of here? What's that? Where did that come from? Maybe this key will open one of you.
Not me.
Not I.
Not us.
Well, I guess I'll just have to break one of you down. Awful girl!
That would hurt.
How about ladylike?
Which one of you shall it be?
She's best.
No, she's best.
I'm feeling much too steady. What about me?
What about you?
Thank heavens, that was close. This goes cray-cray.
But you're such a tiny door. What secrets could you have?
Secrets of the other side.
What will I find there?
The most magnificent garden full of white roses and tiger lilies. It's called Wonderland.
We gon' show you how it goes. To the right, to the right, to the right, to the right, to the left, to the left, to the left, to the left. Keep, walk it by yourself. Walk it by yourself.
What just happened?
What do you mean?
Everyone started carrying on for no reason.
I didn't notice.
You didn't notice the music and the dancing?
Oh, that. By decree of the
By
queen.
decree of the queen?
By decree of the queen, that is, by decree of me, whenever a particular word is mentioned, there should be music and dancing. Whoever fails to obey this decree, who fails the utterance of the word, to heed the music and dance like a river moon, it's off with your head.
That's some stiff talk.
You'll be sick if you don't obey it.
What's the word?
I'd rather not say.
But you must just said it.
Truly absurd.
Is it roses or lilies?
Apparently not.
What about white or tiger?
If it were, I'd be dancing, wouldn't I?
Well, then I guess the word must be Wonderland?
We gon' show you how it goes. To the right, to the right, to the right, to the right, to the left, to the left, to the left, to the left. Keep, walk it by yourself. Walk it by yourself.
So now you know.
One word is all that power.
Please, don't say it again. My knees are killing me.
Describe what that place is like.
It's a land of nonsense and make-believe, of danger, beauty, and imagination.
And a place to charge my phone?
I think it has to start with now, yes?
Perfect. But how will I get through? I'm too big to fit through your frame. What's this? Drink me.
They poison.
Could be poison. Probably poison.
Well, it isn't marked poison.
If it were marked poison, no one would drink it.
Well, that would be the point, you see.
There's only one way to be sure. Down the hatch.
Here goes. There now. It tastes like Skittles. Oh, I can't bear to watch. Relax, nothing's happening.
What do you mean nothing's happening? You're
I'm what?
vanishing.
My hands, they're shrinking. And my feet, the size of dimes. And my voice too, I sound like a Christmas elf. Oh, what a curious feeling.
This isn't pretty. You should look like a telescope.
How's your foot tall?
What will I do now?
Look on the bright side.
What bright side? I'm 10 inches high.
Maybe the right size to go to me and enter the lovely garden.
That's right, I am.
But you'll need the key.
No, don't tell me. No, I'm too small to reach the key.
That's a pity. The rank shame.
Why don't you plan ahead before shrinking?
I could just cry.
Now, no use of that. Something will turn up.
Like what?
7 is on.
What's that? A balanced meal?
I bet it's a pizza roll.
Oh, hush, puppy.
It's cake. Should I eat it?
That's what it says.
The food around here is very bossy.
Don't complain, there are certain children in the world.
I'll eat it. If it makes me bigger, I'll reach the key. If it makes me smaller, I'll crawl underneath your frame. Either way, I'll get to the garden. Let's hope it's gluten-free. Which way? Which way? It seems I'm remaining the same size.
This is what generally happens when one eats cake.
Wait a moment! Her face is fattening!
His eyes are bulging.
Curiouser and curiouser!
By George, she's swelling.
Oh my, I'm growing so tall. My toes, they're getting so firm from my fingers. I'll never be able to touch them again. And my voice too, I sound like my father. Oh, what novel way for a girl to go through life. 10 feet tall and the voice of a longshoreman? I'll never get through the door now and I can just forget about prom.
She'd be savage if I've kept her waiting.
You again! Huh? Damn it, wait! What a silly bunny. Things around here are too strange. From one moment to the next, you can never be sure.
Who you are,
Where are you going?
how you'll get there, or who you'll meet along the way.
How did you do that?
Do exactly.
We're some the same size. You've grown.
Or maybe you've shrunk.
But you used to be tiny.
And you were once a giant.
And now we're both normal.
There's no such thing as normal, my dear. Not in your world, nor in mine. It's all about where you're standing and how closely you're paying attention. The key, if you please. You may pass.
Bye, lady. Thanks for not breaking us down.
Don't forget tonight. We love you.
I don't love her.
We've known her 5 minutes.
Sorry.
You always got
So embarrassing.
Forgive them, they haven't been open in centuries.
Well, I guess I'm off then. To this place. What is it you call it? Wonderland?
We gon' show you how it goes. To the right, to the right, to the right, to the right, to the left, to the left, to the left, to the left. Keep, now walk it by yourself. Now walk it by yourself.
Listen, play again real croquet.
Get your daily toad.
Get your trash man.
Extra, extra.
Breaking news.
Croquet today.
In the garden.
Details inside.
Extra, extra.
In the garden? I'll take one of those.
Which kitten face?
Clearly she wants trash man.
I think she'd prefer a daily toad.
Would you rather have a paper that gives the news or one that gives you warts?
For the last time, frogs do not cause warts.
Which of the base weekends?
What's the difference between the two papers?
Well, one's written by a frog.
And the other one's by fish.
Those really aren't selling points.
What are you trying to say?
You mean enough?
Tell you what, I'll take one of each.
Hey, you got it. That'll be 2 flies.
2 flies?
It costs 2 flies a copy.
But I don't have 2 flies. How much for yours?
2 worms, but I got them to a worm and a half.
I'll match your price.
I'm afraid I don't have any flies or any worms.
Well then, what do you got?
I'm afraid I have nothing to offer you.
So long, Popsicle, you're out of luck.
See you later, Red Eyes.
But wait, the garden, where the queens play croquet. I must find it. It's one of the reasons I've come to Wonderland.
We gon' show you how it goes. To the right, to the right, to the right, to the right, to the left, to the left, to the left, to the left. Keep, now walk it by yourself. Now walk it by yourself.
Quickest way is through the woods over there.
Straight shot.
Be careful.
There's some strange characters in those woods.
Stranger than a frog and a fish selling newspapers?
Yep. Read all about it.
Hot off the presses.
Get your trash bin.
Get your daily toad.
Clean to play croquet.
Prince is so dead. But wait, which way through the woods? Crazy rabbit! I'm late. That's no reason to run me over.
The queen's to play croquet. She's to play croquet.
I know already. Chill. Aren't you gonna help me up?
No time.
Well then at least let me follow you to the garden.
You wouldn't be able to keep up. I'm terribly tardy as it is.
Maybe you should eat a Snickers. The commercials say,
No time for candy. I'm off to the Crane's Coquette.
oh, rabbit, wait! Here, Puss, what are you doing out in these woods?
I should ask you the same thing.
Oh, you can speak.
This is news to you?
Well, my cat Dinah, she can't speak.
I wager she can, but chooses not to.
She tries, but whenever she opens her mouth, all that comes out is
Meow?
yes.
Oldest trick in the book is not that she doesn't talk, it's that she doesn't talk to you.
That's a cruel thing to assume.
I assume nothing.
Can you tell me which way I have to go from here?
That depends a great deal on where you want to get to.
At this point, I don't much care where.
Then it doesn't matter which way you go.
So long as I get somewhere.
Oh, you're sure to do that where we're walking up. In that direction goes to Manhattan, and in that direction goes to Archer. In that direction goes Tweedledum and Tweedledee. And if you keep along that road, you'll find Humpty Dumpty on his wall. Zaggy's like they're all mad.
But I don't want to go among mad people.
Oh, you can't help that. We're all mad here. I'm mad, you're mad.
I know I'm mad.
You must be or you would have come right now.
Can't you be still?
Be still?
You keep coming and going like bad Wi-Fi. It's very rude.
You played croquet with the Queen today?
I'd like to very much, but I wasn't invited.
Have you ever played before?
Never. I hardly know the game at all.
Well, you need it to the invitation. What you need is the proper equipment.
A mallet and ball?
A hedgehog and a flamingo.
I don't see what those have to do with croquet.
How do you know if you ever played before?
I'm getting a headache talking to you.
Is it my purr?
It's your grin.
I'm of the opinion that our town should win. We'd have a much rosier reputation.
I somehow doubt that.
Ah, the tea party's underway. I wonder if they saved me a seat. No matter if they haven't, I can never stay. It's just nice to be thought of. I'll be on my way now, and I'll be taking my grin with me.
No room. But there's tons of room.
I see.
This spot will do, don't you think?
Maybe you're waiting for others.
What others?
That's for us to know, and you to believe.
But I don't believe you. I think you're lying. I think you don't want me here.
It's true. We don't want you here.
Well, I am here, and I'm not leaving. And I'd love some refreshments.
Interloper! Have some Mountain Dew?
I don't see any Mountain Dew.
There isn't any.
Then it wasn't very civil of you to offer it.
It wasn't very civil of you to sit down without being invited. Good one.
Can't we just let it go and try to get along?
Your hair needs cutting.
What's that?
Your hair. It needs cutting. May I cut it?
Absolutely not.
Are you attached to that position?
Firmly.
Stubborn girl.
It isn't polite to name call.
What does it hurt to let him at your hair? It cheers itself.
What does he know about hair cutting?
He's a hatter. He shapes heads.
Out of the question.
She won't budge.
Quite rude.
Why is a raven like a writing desk?
A riddle? I like riddles. Why?
I haven't the slightest idea.
Nor I.
It's pointless to ask riddles without knowing the answer.
Why must everything have an answer?
Excellent question, though I haven't an answer.
I'll Google it later.
Google it?
Google has all the answers.
Who is this Google person?
It's not a person, it's a search engine.
Well, I don't care for him or his engine.
What day of the month is it?
It's the 15th.
2 days wrong.
What a funny watch. It tells the day of the month, but not the hour.
Why should it? Does your watch tell the year?
No, but that's because it's the same year for such a long time.
Which is the case with mine.
You've lost me.
The dormouse is asleep again.
Of course, well said. You mean to say.
Move down! I mean to say precisely what I've said.
That the hour here is fixed.
The year comes and goes, but the hour is forever the same.
That's messed up.
If you knew time like we know time, it would all be clear to you.
But it's not logical.
How would you know? I dare say you've ever spoken the time.
Too busy hanging out with that Google fella.
Does he treat you well?
Shall I pour my tear in her nose?
What's that she's singing?
Twinkle, 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 twinkle.
I know it's well. I'll have you know I once sang it before the Queen of Hearts.
You sang for the Queen?
At the Grand Ball, yes.
It's true, he did, and 2 days later, I went mad.
Wouldn't you have to be sane to recognize madness?
Not so, I'm quite mad and quite aware of it.
Twinkle, twinkle, little bat, how the first verse before the queen blew it out.
He's murdering the time. Off with his head.
Murdering time? How do you murder time?
She felt my tempo was off.
I felt he was majestic.
And ever since, time will do the thing I ask. It's always 4 o'clock now.
Oh, I get it. It's always tea time. Move down, move down.
We've never any time to wash the dishes.
Perpetual tea.
Because you murdered time.
I was framed.
You never get a fair trial in Wonderland.
We gon' show you how it goes. To the right, to the right, to the right, to the right, to the left, to the left, to the left, to the left. Keep, now walk it by yourself. Now walk it by yourself.
Suppose we change the subject. I'm tired of all this talk of time. Let's just pretend it doesn't exist, at least for the time being.
I hope the young lady tells us a story.
But I don't know one.
Then the dormouse shall.
I wasn't asleep. I've heard every word. Then, what have you been talking about? Beehives?
Tell us a story.
About bees?
About whatever.
And be quick about it. You'll be asleep before it's done.
Okay then, let's see. Once upon a time, there were 3 little sisters and they lived at the bottom of a well.
What were their names?
Their names are Kelly, Shelley, and Jeanette.
Those are the names of my sisters.
She has a flair for realism.
And well, let's see, they all live at the bottom of a well.
You've already said that.
I've told the story before.
Just that part.
Why do the sisters live in a well?
Must I repeat myself?
You haven't said that part yet.
Oh.
Perhaps you should start again.
Yes, good idea. Where was I?
I don't think you should.
Then you shouldn't talk. Go on, Mouse.
Let me rest my head on the table.
Excellently told. Bravo, bravo. Happy from beginning to the end.
Thank you.
But there was no beginning or end. Just gibberish.
Have the courage to apply to what you don't understand.
But there was nothing to understand.
Shows what you know.
That mouse is a poet genius.
Take some more tea?
I've had nothing yet, so I can't take more.
You mean you can't take less? It is very easy to take more than nothing.
Nobody has your opinion.
Who's being snarky now?
Keep your tea and your butter and biscuits. I've had enough. The 2 of you should be ashamed shouldn't get in this way. Whatever happened to manners?
Must have died with the time.
I'm sick of your mind games and riddles and jokes. The 2 of you think you're so clever, but you're really just a couple of stuck-up old creeps.
That about captures us.
Goodbye and good riddance.
If only she realized.
Realized?
We are what she dreams.
Yeah, mean to say?
Or her inventions.
So, when she wakes,
We die.
that's very sad.
Indeed.
Well, we must make the most of the moments we have.
We shall strive to do so, yes.
What time is it?
Tea time.
I'm late. I must make haste or I shall be late.
If you think we're waxworks, you have to pay, you know.
Contrariwise, you think we're allowed, you ought to speak.
Well, I hear you take the best price. You could say,
Not sure what to make of us?
I've never seen anything like the 2 of you before.
You'll be done wrong. The first thing it is to say,
How do you do? Okay, then, how do you do?
There, now we're afoot.
Properly afoot. I was hoping you'd point me in the direction out of these woods. It's getting really dark.
Next, we dance.
But the sun's almost gone.
We dance now.
Is it unsafe?
Dancing? Nonsense. Just follow our lead.
No, I meant that
Here we go round the mulberry bush, the mulberry bush, the mulberry bush. Here we go round the mulberry bush so early in the morning. Here we go round the mulberry bush, the mulberry bush, the mulberry bush. Here we go round the mulberry bush so early in the morning. 2 verses are quite enough. We shouldn't overlead, sir. It's bad for our joints and the flats of our feet.
I can keep going.
You don't know what's best for you. It's fool's folly to continue. What we need now is some water. What we need now is an oxygen tank.
What's that noise?
Let me see. My panting.
I don't know. I think it's coming from over there.
Oh, it's only the King of Hearts. He's sleeping. Come and look at him. Isn't he a lovely sight?
I'm afraid you'll catch cold sleeping in the damp grass.
Why, he's dreaming now.
About what, I wonder?
You don't know?
It's impossible to know what one's dreaming about.
Why, he's dreaming about you, I'd wager.
And how could you possibly know that?
Because you're here, and if he left off dreaming about you, where do you suppose you'd be?
I'd still be here, same as now.
You'd be nowhere.
What do you mean?
Why, you're the only sort of thing in this dream. If the king were to wake, you'd go out, bang, like a candle.
Truth, you don't know what you're saying. If I'm only a thing in his dream, what are you? I'd like to know.
Ditto, ditto, ditto.
Hush, you wake him.
And we'd all go complete. You know very well you're not real.
But I am real.
You know you're not going to make yourself a bit real by crying.
If I wasn't real, I wouldn't be able to cry.
Those aren't real tears, no how.
This is all ridiculous. I spent too much time with the two of you, and I better begin at Edgewood. It's getting darker by the minute. Do you think it'll rain?
No, I don't. At least not over here, no how. But in the rain outside, we have no objection.
Selfish things. Good night. What's that now?
Oh dear, oh dear.
What a thick black cloud that is. And I do believe it has wings.
It's the Jabberwock! The Jabberwock!
The Jabber what? It's coming for us all!
Run! Run! The Jabberwock! The Jabberwock is there!
The Jabberwock? That dude looks just like an egg.
I heard that.
Well, you can't deny the resemblance.
It's very provoking to be called an egg. Very.
I said you look like an egg, sir, and some eggs are actually very pretty.
Some people have no more sense than a baby.
Well, I didn't mean to.
Stop chattering to yourself and tell me your name and business.
My name is Alice.
It's a stupid name. What does it mean?
Must a name mean something?
Of course it must. My name means a shape I am. And a good, handsome shape it is. A name like yours would be any shape.
Why do you sit here all alone?
Because there's no one here with me.
Don't you think you'd be safer on the ground? That wall's pretty narrow.
What tremendously easy riddles you ask. What if I ever did fall off, which there's no chance of, but if I did, the king's promised with his very own mouth to
send all his horses and all his men.
How did you know that?
It's in a book.
In a book?
Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again.
Yes, all the king's horses and all of his men. They'd put me back together in a minute, they would.
What a lovely belt you have on. Or is that a scarf?
It is a most provoking thing when a person can't tell a belt from a scarf.
But you're such an odd shape. It could be either one.
It's a scarf, child, and a very beautiful one, as you say. It was a present from the king and queen.
Was it really?
We're close. Real type. They gave it to me. They gave it to me for an on-birthday present.
I beg your pardon.
I'm not offended.
What's an unbirthday present?
A present given to you when it isn't your birthday, of course.
I like birthday presents the best.
You don't know what you're talking about. How many days of the year are there?
365.
And how many birthdays have you?
1.
Thus, there are 364 days you might get on-birthday presents.
Right.
And only one for birthday presents. There's glory for you.
I don't know what you mean by glory.
Of course you don't. Not till I tell you. I meant there's a nice knockdown argument for you.
But that's not what glory means.
Whenever I say a word, it means just what I choose it to mean. Neither more nor less.
You decide?
One must master one's words, or they will master you. They've got to temper some of them, particularly verbs. They're the proudest. Adjectives you can do anything with, but not verbs. However, I can manage the whole lot of them. Impenetrability, that's what I say.
What's impenetrability mean?
Impenetrability is when you've had enough of a subject, and it would do just as well if you mentioned what you need to do next, as I suppose you don't need to stop here all those dear life.
That's a lot to make one word mean.
When I make a word do a lot of work, I pay it extra.
You pay your words?
Fair wage. You should see them on payday. A very excitable bunch. I know all words, and thus I can explain all poems ever invented, and a good few that haven't been invented yet.
It's impossible to know all words.
Many are good friends of mine, or at least acquaintances.
I bet I could stump you.
Do you dare challenge me?
I bet there's a word online I can find that you don't know.
Online?
Oh, wait. My phone doesn't work.
Phone?
My smartphone.
Smartphone? What's so smart about it?
If it were charged, I could access the internet.
Internet?
Yeah, you know the internet?
I dare say, you've indeed stumped me. You're a crafty one. As you have your own army of words.
But I haven't even...
Please, don't boast. You've played your words. Your strange words. Very well, now goodbye.
Goodbye?
Are we not done here?
I was hoping you could point me in the direction of...
I cannot.
But I haven't finished.
I do not point. It's very rude to point.
Could you at least tell me where the garden is?
I cannot. I will not. Now it's time for you, and your bizarre words, to be going.
Very well. Till we meet again.
I shouldn't know you again if we did meet. You're exactly like other people.
You mean my face?
That's the primary complaint. Your face is the same as everybody has. 2 eyes on top, nose in the middle, mouth under, hole. Now if you had 2 eyes at the same side of the nose, and the mouth on top, then possibly I'd remember you.
Well, it wouldn't look very nice.
That's not the point. You see, that's your problem. You don't understand. What's that? Did you feel that?
Feel what?
Slippage.
Slippage?
I suddenly feel very unsettled. I'm slipping!
Slipping?
I'm slipping! Call the king!
No, are you alright? That's not good.
All the king's horses and all the king's men, couldn't put something together again. All the king's horses and all the king's men.
I'll never find this garden.
But you've come so far.
I just want to go home.
I can't go home without finding the garden.
I'll retrace myself. I'll backtrack.
What good will that do?
I'll leave the way I came.
Leave, but you just arrived.
I feel like I've spent half of my life here.
The minutes do move slower.
All the more reason for me to be going.
You'll find that going is harder than coming.
Won't you help me find the garden?
You're not far.
But which way?
Listen, you can hear it.
Hear it?
Listen for it.
I don't hear anything.
The flowers in the garden, you can hear them.
Hear them?
Laughing.
That's ridiculous.
Perhaps you should stop saying that.
But flowers cannot laugh.
You prefer your flowers to be sad?
Flowers don't have emotions.
Oh no, you haven't spent much time in gardens.
If my phone worked, I'd prove it.
Maybe it's time for you to put your phone away and take note of the world you live in.
It's impossible to know you stand here with everyone spouting such nonsense.
You keep attaching these words like ridiculous and nonsense to your surroundings. Consider whether these words are better suited for you.
But come on, laughing flowers? Really?
Again, you've missed my point.
Wait, you're fading.
My move is scheduled elsewhere.
Disappearing.
Perhaps we'll meet at croquet.
Oh, that's once more. Where is this garden?
But I've already said.
Do you have to be so evasive and difficult?
I'm a cat.
Please, come back.
Follow the sound of the laughing flowers.
And petals like stumps.
What sort of flower do you think she was?
Like none I've ever seen.
Possibly she's a new flower.
Or a very old one.
The Cheshire Cat was right. Laughing flowers? This must be the garden.
Well, here comes another one.
Similar in ways.
Still less faded. And less withered.
But very mobile.
Am I mistaken? Or are you just talking with each other?
We can talk as anybody we're talking to.
And can all flowers talk?
As well as you can, and a great deal louder.
I'm Alice.
I have no recollection of a flower called Alice.
Well, that's because I'm
Just
not.
the same, her face has got some sense in it, though it's not a clever one.
Still, she's good color. I don't care about color. If only her petals come a little more, she'd be alright.
I've seen worse flowers.
Me too.
Well, she's no rose, that's for sure.
What's that supposed to mean?
Yeah, are you implying you're better than us?
Well, yes, of course I am. Isn't it generally accepted that roses are the loveliest of flowers?
So, hi, my dear. Always going around like her. You know what doesn't stink.
Because it doesn't. I'm a rose.
Oh, the gall.
You see, this is why I can't be around you.
Because you feel inferior.
That's it. If I can get you, give me trouble, Rosie.
You're all the talk, Lily.
Shut up, Violet. Don't tell Violet to shut up. You should have too, Daisy.
I hate it when you all fight over me.
Ladies, you should stop bickering.
Who are you to tell us what to do?
Yeah, who are you?
You don't hold your tongues, I'll pick you.
You're no flower. You're an animal.
That's true, actually.
I feel nauseous.
I feel faint.
Life's cool.
Don't worry, I won't pick you, but I do need your help. Who was that you're describing earlier?
Earlier. I couldn't say. Lost a short-term memory.
You said she had 9 points?
Not really, Annabelle's.
You were all having a good laugh over her.
Laughing together, us?
That seldom happens.
I think the person you're describing may have been the Queen of Hearts, and I'm desperately trying to find her croquet game.
Is that the queen? There.
I'll hear no more on it.
Listen to reason, Dumpling.
The croquet will go on.
But there's rain coming. Look at that storm cloud there.
What's little rain?
Everyone knows you can't play croquet in the rain.
Rain? Did he say rain?
I think he did. I think he said rain.
Yay! Rain! He's wretched.
There are other days for croquet.
I was partial to this one.
We could play chess instead.
Rather watch beheading.
There's no one scheduled for today. You cleared your slate to play croquet.
Then we must schedule some immediately.
For what offense?
Someone must pay for the rain.
I don't mean to interrupt, but are you perhaps the Queen of Hearts?
No, I'm the milkman. What's it look like, child?
My name is Alice, so please, your majesty.
It doesn't.
Just the same. It's a great honor to meet you.
Hurts when you dress the girls. Isn't the rodeo?
Yes, of course. Your majesty, it is most awesome to be in your presence.
Awesome.
Really awesome.
What a queer tongue she has. What did you say?
Borderline gibberish.
Where do you come from? Where are you going? Look up, snake, speak nicely, and don't twiddle your fingers.
She hates finger twiddling.
Where I've been, where I've come. It's not easy to say.
Try.
Well, I fell down a rabbit hole, you see, and I came to some talking doors. I went through one of them, and well, I lost my way.
Your way? I don't know quite what you mean by your way. All the ways here belong to me.
Yes, of course, I should have known.
There's much you should know.
Nicely put, Dumpling.
How come we dumpling in public?
Sorry.
Shut up.
As you wish.
Where was I?
Where you went?
Before this noodle of a girl interrupted me.
Noodle?
I couldn't say.
It was something important. What was I on about?
As I recall, I believe it had something to do with dessert recipes.
No, it was rain. I was saying that someone must pay for the coming rain.
Oh yes, I remember now. Well, we had better take shelter.
Her. She's blamed for the rain in the end of our croquet. Me? She must be punished.
Really, dear, think about this.
Guards, where are my guards? Either will do. Off with their head.
You can't behead someone over a little rain.
I can and I will.
She rules by extreme measures.
But I only want to see the garden.
And was it to your liking?
Well, it's not worth dying over.
We all lose our heads sometimes.
King, please, you have to help me.
Really, my sweet, the girl's right. A little rain is no reason to behead someone.
I want heads to roll. Why won't you let me have what I want?
I will, my sweet, I will. But maybe we should consider a more serious charge.
Serious charge?
A crime more befitting the punishment.
Not rain?
Not rain.
But instead?
Instead, a crime where the chopping off of one's head isn't so extreme.
I see. Like theft.
A theft. Now you're thinking.
Is this how they always talk?
Now, can you think of a theft, a recent theft, a theft so terrible, so ghastly, that it might justify the loss of one's head?
I believe someone this very morning, stole my tarts!
Oh, the horror.
Yes, I'm quite sure this morning my tarts were ransacked.
Your tarts are ransacked and you're only now telling me?
I only now thought of it. I mean, remembered it.
You just made it up.
Do you dare accuse the queen?
This tart thief must be brought to justice.
Post haste.
Whom do you suspect?
I've only been one person.
Whom, my love, whom?
The Maid of Hearts.
The Maid of Hearts? But we shouldn't behead any of our maids. Good help is so hard to find.
The Maid of Hearts is standing before us.
You mean
Alice.
Alice?
No, that makes no sense. I've never met you till now.
Alice is the Maid of Hearts that stole my tarts.
Of course, it's all fitting together.
Nothing's fitting together. You're all crazy.
Off with their head, I say.
I demand a trial.
Waste of time.
But you've proven nothing yet.
Very well, there will be a trial. Immediately. I command it, and everyone must attend to see this fiend brought to justice. Everyone, I say. Everyone who calls their home Wonderland.
New Cupid, new Cupid. That's what changed. How do you dare? We got a brand new day. How do you dare? Do you dare? How do you dare? They say I'm a rapper, and I say keep, gotta walk it by yourself. Gotta walk it by yourself.
Hear ye, everybody. The Queen of Hearts, she made some tarts all on a summer day. The Maid of Hearts, she stole those tarts and took them quite away.
Has the jury reached a verdict?
We haven't started the trial yet.
Oh, yes. Call the first witness.
The court calls the strange doors to stand. State your names for the court.
Amador.
Very good. And where did you guys meet this Alice? And what were you doing there?
I'm a strange door.
Right. And how would we describe your relationship with this Alice?
Cordial, I suppose.
And so you all like this Alice?
Well, we know her, sure, I suppose. But there was this one thing.
Yes.
There's too much just to mention.
Take your time.
We've never been so afraid.
For the sake of the court, we must know.
It's unspeakable.
Speak it. I beg you. What's the heinous thing Alice did?
She threatened to bring us down. She did the same to us. She threatened to bring us worse than him. And me, she knocked me from my wall. I had a great fall.
No more questions, Your Majesty.
Witness is excused.
Must we continue? Judging from the door, it seems open and shut.
A character dispute. Can there be any doubt? The deviousness, the haughtiness.
She tried to buy our newspapers that we fly. Or worms.
Shameful! Despicable! Who does she think she is?
This trial's becoming a circus.
Pipe down, young lady, or I'll hold you in contempt. Call the next witness.
The court calls the Mad Hatter to stand.
I beg your pardon, Your Majesty, for bringing this in. I hadn't quite finished my tea when I was called for.
Take off your hat.
It isn't mine.
Stolen?
I have none of my own. I keep them to sell. I'm a hatter.
Is that so?
Yes, Your Majesty, and a very fine one.
Have you ever laid your eyes on this girl?
I dare say I have.
And when was this?
At tea time.
You invited her for tea?
Dear me, no, why would I do that?
Then how is it you two, that is to say, the two of you, became acquainted?
She forced her company upon us.
Appalling!
She sat herself at our table, without entreaty, mind you, and gobbled up all of our crumpets.
She did. I was there. Every crumpet in sight.
You see, if she gobbled crumpet, she'd surely steal tarts.
And that's not the worst of it.
There's more?
She also mocked the Dormouse's story.
This is more disgraceful by the minute.
She pestered her with questions concerning plot until she was nearly humiliated.
Her story was nonsense.
The Dormouse's story was a moving examination of life and death and everything in between. Isn't that right? Isn't that right? I vehemently object. You agree. I vehemently agree. You see?
You're all mad.
Just like the cat said.
Call the next witness.
But I've not finished questioning this one.
He's eating. Time to move on.
The court calls Tweedledum and Tweedledee.
Say your names to the court.
I'm Dee. I'm Dom.
So you are.
Do you know this girl here?
She accosted us in the woods.
Accosted you?
In the woods, she did.
And how did she accost you?
She forced us to dance.
And doing so nearly ended us.
Murder
too. She's a bad seed. Where will it end?
That's not true. You have to dance with me. No, why would we do that? Discipline to me is not harsh punishment.
No how.
What's next?
Dancing. We don't want to. You really don't.
What is that?
You'll never tell me again.
No how.
A black bun came over us. Dark and thick.
All right.
The Jabberwock!
Jabberwock.
The Jabberwock! The Jabberwock! The Jabberwock!
Joshua Tree. Come